Good day, class. My name is Mr. Redwan. I'll be taking on history and geography today. And today's topic is heroes and heroines of Nigeria. The objective today would be at the end of the class, you should all be able to define what heroes or heroines are, mention some heroes, past heroes and heroines of Nigeria, and say some of the accomplishments of these leaders. Now, these are the basic knowledge I'm sure you had before. You're aware of some past leaders who had fought for the independence and growth of this great nation, Nigeria. And this video is to motivate pupils that they can make a positive change in their immediate environment. Now, who is a hero or heroine? Now, a hero is a man, while heroine is a woman who is admired for their courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. They are people who are admired for their courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Some heroes and heroines of Nigeria. Now, a line in the Nigerian anthem says, "The labor of our heroes' past shall never be in vain." Now, this can only be achieved if these Nigerian heroes do not go into extinction. When I mean extinction, I mean go and not be remembered forever, like never to be heard of again. Now, in the heart of Nigerian citizens, Nigeria has had a couple of patriotic citizens who made significant impact in the development of the country, and it will only be fair if they are honored, even in their absence. And that's why we have to teach pupils on our past heroes and heroines of Nigeria. Now, the first hero we're talking about today is Sir Ahmadu Bello. I'm sure you've all heard of this man before. He was born on the 12th of June 1910 in Raba, Sokoto, considered as one of the most prominent leaders in early Nigeria. Now, Sir Ahmadu Bello became the first premier of the northern region alongside Tafawa Balewa. He is also well known. He took active roles in the struggle for an independent Nigeria commended is commended for his effort to modernize and unify the different tribes of northern Nigeria. Samad Bello fought for the unity amongst northerners. He tried to bring them all together as one. And here is his picture. Now, on the 15th January 1966, he was assassinated in a coup that toppled Nigeria's post-independence government. Monuments of him include his face on the 200 naira notes. I'm sure you'll be seeing, if you have a 200 naira note with you here, you can just check and you'll see his face there. So it can never be forgotten since he's already in our currency. Now, the second, this is actually a heroine, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti. She was born 25th October 1900 in Abeokuta. Now, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti stood out among women of her time as a prominent leader. She was a woman. She was a women's rights activist who fought against the military government over unjust practices and abuse of human rights. She was also the mother of Fela Anikulapo Kuti, that means the famous musician we know back then. I'm sure your parents know him a lot. One of the greatest musicians and post-independent freedom fighter to have come out of Nigeria. Now here we have her. See her picture here. Political activism led her to be regarded as Mother of Africa. So if we hear anyone calling Mother of Africa, just know they're talking about Fumilayo Ransom Kuti. Now next hero here is Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. He's also on a currency we use here in Nigeria. I won't tell you, that will be a research on your own. And he was born on the 16th of November 1904 in Niger State. Benjamin Nnamdi Azikiwe, that's his full name, was one of the leading figures of modern Nigeria. He was fondly called Zik. Everybody back then called him Zik, and became the first president of Nigeria. So now if we are asked who is the first president of Nigeria, you are going to be calling this man here, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. Now he founded the West African Pilot, which was a tool used to promote the cause of Nigerian nationalism. Now he also worked in a newspaper The newspaper has its motto to show the light and let people find their way. He's an activist as well. Now here's his picture. Um, he was the last governor general from 1960 to 1963, and the first, Nigeria got their independence in the year 1960. So he was the first president that ruled this great nation, Nigeria, from 1960 to 1963, and the first president, okay, and following the declaration of Nigeria as a republic in 1963, he fought tirelessly for an independent and united Nigeria. Now, the next heroine we have here, that our second heroine for today, is Margaret Atwood. She was also a female activist. She was born in Calabar and was a Nigerian women's rights activist who was a pioneering female politician in the country's first republic. She played major roles as a nationalist politician in the eastern Nigeria city of Aba. In 1950, she, alongside Funmilayo Ransome Kuti, that means Fela Anikulapo Kuti's mother, protested killings at Enugu coal mine. That means our founding fathers were killing some of our workers, Nigerians especially, the blacks, at the coal mine. So they protested for the killings, and the victims were leaders protesting colonial. Those are the victims protesting colonial practices at the mine. Okay, and here's a picture, and Margaret Atwood. She established the Aba Township Women's Association in 1954, and by 1955, women in Aba had outnumbered men voters in the citywide election. In 2001, Calabar Airport was named after her. She later died in 2006. Now, the next hero we have here is Chief Anthony Enahoro. He was born on 22nd July 1923, became Nigeria's youngest editor ever at the age of 21. Now you see, at the age of 21, he was already into politics in his school. He was doing absolutely well with his politics aside. Now that means at a tender age, at any age that you are in, you can make a positive difference in your environment. Okay. Now, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, okay, he worked as an editor of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe's newspaper. He joined the struggle for Nigeria's independence in the early 1940s, acting as a student leader and leading protests. He was two occasions jailed by the colonial government for writing satiric articles in 1953. Here's his picture. Enahoro. He became the first to move the motion for Nigeria's independence. He also fought tirelessly for Nigeria's independence. He was the first to move the motion that Nigeria should stand on its own, and is usually referred to as the father of Nigeria state. His motion was, however, rejected, and the successful motion did not come till 1958. The motion was made by Chief Remi Fani Kayode. He died on December 15, 2010. Our next hero for today is Chief Obafemi Awolowo. I'm sure you've heard of his name before, and it's also on one of the currencies we use here in Nigeria. He was born March 6, 1909 in Ogun State precisely. He was one of the pioneer leaders that fought for Nigeria's independence, and he introduced free education in the Western region in 1955. That means everybody keeps going to school without paying school fees. He just wants every people from his region to be educated. So he funded that, and he was also the founder of the political party Action Group in 1950, a party that called for the termination of British rule in Nigeria. Here he is. I'm sure you can recall his face on the 20 naira note. In 1954, he became the first premier of the Western region. He resigned his position as Commissioner of Finance. He later died on May 9, 1987, and was buried on June 6, 1987. Now, our next heroine for today is Kudirat Abiola, who was born in 1951. She was born in 1951 in the northern city of Zaria, Nigeria. She took an active part as well in the pro-democracy movement in 1994. She was actively involved in moving the sustaining the oil workers. 12-week strike against the military. The strike successfully weakened the government and was the longest in Africa history by oil workers. Now she actively performed her duty to make sure that Nigerians get their benefits, especially the oil workers. In December 1995, when the pro-democracy groups decided to march for freedom in Lagos, she joined the likes of Chief Anthony Enahoro at the forefront. She defied military decree banning political associations and was an inspiration to many. She won Women of the Year in both 1994 and 1995. I said it again, I'm going to say it again. She won Woman of the Year in both 1994 and 1995. Her life was cut short by assassins on June 4th, 1996. Now, here are some questions you should ask yourself. You've read about this past leader and you know how tirelessly they are fighting, putting their lives online just to make sure that we have a better Nigeria. Now ask yourself, do you think our past leaders are going to be happy with the current state of this country? I mean, those people you just saw their picture that fought for Nigeria to be on its own and be as great as we met it. Now, do you think they will be happy? Now, do you think our past leaders would have done better than the current leaders? Do you think if they are still alive, they will be better than the present leaders we have in this country? Are you happy with the current state of the country? Are you happy with that? Okay, if you're not, are you doing anything to change the current state of the country? Are you? It shouldn't be by, okay, I have to be into politics so I can change the current state of Nigeria, or I'm too young to change. Within yourself, do you think you are being just or fair enough to your colleagues or your friends or your neighbors? Do you think you are being just with them? Politics does not, it starts from home. It doesn't have to be when you're already there, then you start thinking of how to move Nigeria forward. Right now, you can be a better person, a better politician, be just in whatever you do. Now, if you were given an opportunity to lead, what would you do differently? Sit down and think about all these things on how to make Nigeria a better nation. Thank you.